Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So, y'all, just straight up, Drake is a bammer. He really is. He is a bammer. Now, I wasn't ever a fan of Drake. He has nice music and all of that. And yeah, if he really doesn't have a ghostwriter, he can rap. I don't know if he has a ghostwriter or not. I know that that was said back a few years ago. And like I also just said, I'm not a fan of Drake, so I don't know how true that was or not. So if he doesn't have a ghostwriter, then yeah, he can rap. I give that to him. But he's a Bama. At the end of the day, he is a Bama. So, y'all, we have Wack 100. Normally, whatever Wack says goes in one ear and out the next because he kind of talks out the side of his face a lot. And anybody who may be familiar with Wack 100 know that I'm 100% right on what I say about him because he talks out the side of his face a whole lot of times and he's irritating. But every now and again, he says something that I might want to listen to. And this right here about Drake sending cease and desist to Kendrick Lamar is something that I want to listen to because just a few weeks ago, Charlamagne also mentioned that Drake was taking legal action over Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance or not performing Not Like Us. I have never ever, I guess it's the first time for everything, but I've never heard about anyone suing, sending cease and desist, or taking any type of legal action over a damn diss song. Dude, you lost. You lost. Move on. Why are we still talking about this? Why are we still talking about this? Like, I'm so sick. I don't know what I'm sick of hearing about more. I'm sick of this Super Bowl. I'm sick of the Super Bowl altogether already. Football season just started. Super Bowl is not even around the corner because that's not until like February or whatever. But between Drake and this Kendrick Lamar thing and this Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar thing, I am sick and tired of hearing about this damn Super Bowl. I'm sick of hearing about the Super Bowl. Everybody's talking. Everybody has everything to say, but we haven't heard anything from Kendrick. Kendrick say what he want to say and then he moves on. Drake is still months later. Why are we still hearing about Kendrick really hit a nerve with them disses? And that's the only I mean, he really hit a nerve. But that's the art of diss rap, battle rap. That's the art of it. You're supposed to hit a nerve to make that other one want to come back harder. Not hit a nerve to make you want to get the law involved and all of that. You still talking about it months later. It's done. It's over with. You lost. That's that on that. Why are they still? Everybody has, just like I said, everybody's talking. It's all of this chitter chatter. But Kendrick just sitting over, minding his business, just doing Kendrick. And now here you go with Drake wanting to involve the law over this man's Super Bowl performance because he beat your ass to a pulp in a battle rap or a diss rap and you're still butt hurt over what he was saying. But if it was the other way around, if the shoe was on the other foot, if Drake won this instead of Kendrick, we wouldn't be still talking about this. We would not still be talking about this unless somebody want to bring up a reference to it every now and again. We would not still be talking about this like how we're talking about it now because Drake can't let it go. He can't let it go. If this thing about the cease and desist, if this is for real, man, I'm glad I was never a fan of this dude. I'm glad I was never a fan of this dude. And that's why I did not get in on I did not get in on posting anything about the diss tracks and all of that when it was going on because I was straight up gonna be biased. I was gonna be biased. It wasn't a way around it. I'm not a fan of Drake at all. Like I said, Drake can rap. If he writes his raps, then yeah, he can rap. But like I said, I'm not a fan of Drake. So I don't know if that thing about him having a ghostwriter, I don't know if that's for real or not. But if he doesn't have a ghostwriter and if he writes his own, if he writes his own lyrics, then yeah, he can rap. So, dude, stop being a sore damn loser and move on. But what I was about to say that was leading up to that point is that if the shoe was on the other foot and if Kendrick had lost that battle, we wouldn't still be talking about this because Kendrick wouldn't be making such a big deal about it still. If the shoe was on the other foot and Drake was performing at the Super Bowl and he wanted to perform maybe a song or a couple of songs of the diss tracks that he made against Kendrick, I don't think that Kendrick would have sent him a cease and desist. I don't think, just like I said, we wouldn't have heard anything from Kendrick. Drake would have performed at the Super Bowl and all of that, and Kendrick ain't that man. Yeah, like I said, Drake is a sore loser. I never, in the history of hip hop, in the history of rap, I never heard of anyone sending someone a cease and desist or wanting to take legal actions on that person performing a diss track about you. Because I mean, were the things that Kendrick saying in the diss track true? You know what I'm saying? It's just all crazy to me, y'all, because to send a cease and desist, Drake is the biggest damn bammer in the world. He is the biggest bammer in the world, y'all. I swear I've never heard of anything like this. And if you did, tell me about it because I've never heard of a rapper sending a cease and desist to another rapper that you had beef with to not perform y'all. If y'all can see what my face look like right now, like Drake, you the biggest bammer in the world, dude. I don't care how good his music is. I don't care how any of that. He's a bammer. This right here, he was already kind of on that level to me. That's why I was never a fan. Like I said, yeah, if those are his skills or if those are his lyrics, yeah, he can write. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I had to be a fan of him because he can rap. I think I just said write, but I meant to say rap. But I'm not a fan of him just because he can rap. I'm not a fan of a whole lot of people who can rap. It's just that I'm just not a fan of it's just not a fan of him. Not just that he can rap, but it's just other things about Drake that I don't he's just a bammer to me. And I was just never a fan. But this thing right here, y'all, is just it's just a little bit. It's just okay, so let me get into this article, y'all. Wack 100 accuses Drake of sending Kendrick Lamar cease and desist over Super Bowl performance. Mm-mm-mm. Every time I read that, I don't care how many times I read it, y'all, I gotta and shake my head because he really sent a cease and desist. Y'all, okay, let me get into the article. Allegedly, Drake has gone to great lengths to avoid getting accused of being a pedophile at the Super Bowl. Earlier this month, Kendrick Lamar announced that he'll be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans in February. Many considered this to be the cherry on top of an already massively successful few months for the Compton rapper. He went head to head with Drake in a viral lyrical battle and ultimately came out on top with tracks like Euphoria and, of course, Not Like Us. According to Wack 100, however, he may not actually get the opportunity to perform the smash hit at the event. On Clubhouse recently, he even alleged that Drake sent Kendrick a cease and desist in order to prevent it. At this point, this claim is completely unconfirmed, though anyone could understand why he may not want him to perform the song. Yeah, we can understand why he doesn't want him to perform the song, but to send a cease, dude, you doing too much. You doing too much. Who started this battle? Wasn't it Drake? Who started this? Did Drake start this and Kendrick finish this? Is that what happened? Or did Kendrick start it and finish? Because like I said, y'all, I didn't make any videos when they had the beef going on, when they had the battle going on. I didn't make any videos because for real, just like I just told y'all, I'm not a fan of Drake, but I'm a hell of a fan of Kendrick. I've been a fan of Kendrick since way back, since K Dot. And real Kendrick fans know what I'm talking about when I take it back to K Dot. So I've been a Kendrick fan since way back then. So I was gonna be biased. Just straight up off the top, I was gonna be biased. Kendrick won the beef before it was even announced that he won it, as far as I was concerned. So I didn't bother myself with making any videos with that. But I keep seeing this thing about Drake, and I just like I said, I'm just getting tired of people. I'm just getting tired of people keep talking about it. I mean, okay, it's done and it's done. So anyway, y'all, let me get on with the article. Wack 100 discusses Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show. So in this right here, y'all, it says Wack 100 reveals that Drake allegedly sent Kendrick Lamar a cease and desist to not perform Not Like Us for the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. He's such a bitch. All right, let me play this, y'all.
He looking more like a...
Oh, no. What he serve who?
Kendrick Lamar, so he can't perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl.
Oh, no. That's some whole ass serious? Where's that link?
Audio up top. Audio up top.
I think he should, though. He said all that stuff about him that's on the national stage, though.
A-Rod or E, are you all available?
You think he should? He said a bunch of shit about Kendrick, too. The nigga told the world that Kendrick's best friend is white.
I'm at work.
So what about, like, what, because his shit didn't stick and Kendrick's did? Is that what you saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm saying that. I'm very biased.
So yeah, Wack made a whole lot of sense right there because just like he said, isn't an issue? Because at the same time, Drake was saying stuff about Kendrick as well as just like Kendrick was saying stuff about him. So is Drake mad because what Kendrick said stuck with everybody and ain't nobody talking about what Drake had to say about Kendrick? He's a sore loser and he's a bamma, just like I said, y'all. Just like I said, I'm just not a fan of Drake. And I hope, y'all. Anyway, let me get on back with this. So famously, Kendrick accuses Drake and his Oval crew of being pedophiles on it. This is probably not an allegation Drake wants to be thrown around more than it already has been aimed in the feud, and might even explain the alleged cease and desist. It's not the first time someone has theorized that Drake's already taken legal action over the upcoming performance either. Earlier this month, Charlamagne the God shared a similar theory. His suspicion, however, is that Drake allegedly took legal action only to prevent Kendrick from accusing him of being a pedophile on stage. Y'all, the more I read this, the more Drake, oh goodness. He let that, y'all, let me not say it. Let me move on. If he does Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, I want the opening chords and just the hook, he said at the time. If you think that the NFL and Rock Nation and a bunch of other people didn't get a whole bunch of legal letters yesterday from people with owls as their stamp, I promise you, you're not calling me a pedophile at the Super Bowl. I guarantee you. The Oval people sent so many legal letters yesterday. What do you think of Wack 100 accusing Drake of sending Kendrick Lamar a cease and desist to prevent him from performing Not Like Us during the Super Bowl halftime show in February? So share your thoughts and all of that. But okay, so anyway, y'all, it's not very often. I don't know if I said it at the beginning of this video, but it's not very often that I agree with anything that Wack 100 says. But I agree with him on this because just like he said, and it made a whole lot of sense, Drake said things about Kendrick as well. So, like I said, y'all, if Drake would have won this beef, we wouldn't even be talking. We would not still be talking about this. We would not still be talking about this. Drake just can't let it go. He can't let it go. Y'all, I've never heard of a rapper sending another rapper a cease and desist over some stuff that were in over lyrics in a song. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I don't know, but I think that at this point a lot of people are sick of Drake. And I think at this point, what Kendrick said, just like Wack 100 said, the things that Kendrick said about Drake really did stick with a lot of people because I just find it weird. Like I said, I was never a Drake fan, ever. But Drake has a lot of fans or had a lot of fans and had a very large following. He sat on the throne for a few years. And now, since this Kendrick and Drake beef, I see a lot of people online. All of a sudden, Drake's music sounds the same, and Drake this, and his music ain't all of that, and all of this from people who were fans of this man before the Kendrick Lamar beef. They were fans of Drake. Dick riding Drake as hard as they could. They were straight up fans of Drake. Now you couldn't say anything. You couldn't say anything bad about Drake. Now all of a sudden, because Kendrick done won this battle, all of a sudden Drake's music sounding the same, and his music not that good, and Drake this and Drake that, and all of this bad stuff about Drake that nobody was saying. Well, not too many people were saying. Some of us were saying that's why we were never fans of him because all his stuff had always been sounding the same for us. But for his following, for the fans of this man to all of a sudden say, all of a sudden y'all turn y'all backs on this man because he lost the battle. All of these non-Kendrick Lamar, so many people I be seeing in the comments when this beef was going on, it was just weird to see in the comments all of these people who I can tell really didn't know Kendrick Lamar. They really didn't know Kendrick Lamar's music. They never really sat down and tried to listen to Kendrick Lamar's music. And it was just kind of irritating because it was kind of like people were just discovering Kendrick for the first time. Like when us real Kendrick fans, we knew from the jump what it was, but we also knew that it was going to be a great battle because you have two lyricists who can really rap. But again, Drake is not on the level as Kendrick with me, as far as I'm concerned. He's not on the level of Kendrick. And that's just how I feel. He's not on the level of Kendrick. He never was. Just like I said, he's good. I'm not going to take that from him. He's good. But for me, he was just never on that type of level, which is one of the reasons why I never was a fan of him. But if he's really doing this, now Wack 100 is the second person to say something about it. And like I said, y'all, a few minutes ago, Wack 100 is one of those people who, when he usually says things, it's kind of in one ear and out the other, because I don't really pay too much attention to what Wack 100 has to say a whole lot of times, because like I said, a whole lot of times he talks out the side of his face. But every now and again, he says things that makes sense. And what he's saying about this with the Drake, y'all, I really hope that Drake is not doing this, but we saw that Charlamagne mentioned something about it. Like I said, y'all, a few weeks ago, Charlamagne mentioned something about it as well. Is Drake taking legal action because he doesn't want Kendrick to perform Not Like Us? And these brand new Kendrick fans, these Kendrick fans that came along after the beef, That's what they gonna want to hear. They gonna want to hear Not Like Us. So I'm kind of thinking that the NFL and Rock Nation, I kind of think that they not going, that's not gonna, they not gonna rock with that. And I kind of think that Not Like Us. I don't care because I'm actually sick of it. Like I said, I'm a hardcore Kendrick fan, but I'm actually sick of Not Like Us, and I actually do not have to hear it again anytime soon. But there's a lot of new Kendrick fans, like I said, that will want to hear that. They will want to see him perform that on the NFL. So I'm kind of thinking that Drake, I think it's gonna be what it is, and Kendrick is going to be able to perform Not Like Us, because I don't think that Rock Nation and the NFL, I don't think they're gonna go with that. I don't think they're gonna go with that, because if they go with that, I don't know, but I just think that they're not gonna go with that, and I really hope that they don't, because who are you, dude? Who are you? I've never heard of anyone doing this. A rapper over a battle, a diss record? Y'all, I guess it's the first time for everything. And it's definitely the first time that I've heard about this happening. Like I said, I don't know if it happened before. And if it has, somebody let me know. Comment down in the, drop something down in the comment section and let me know. But I really do not think that this has happened before. So, y'all, this dude right here, Bama. I do not like Drake, and this just made me feel a whole new way about him, because you for real bringing the law in over a diss track, y'all. Anyway, y'all, that's all I gotta say about that. So thank y'all for watching my video. I'm out.